Welcome into this Thursday edition of Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery. Today on the show, the Braves dynamic duo continues to roll. Let's hope his knee holds up. And one Falcon who's earned more playing time, according to Pro Football Focus. All next, Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.
This is Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta. And it starts now.
Welcome into Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. We're asking you to head to youtube.com, put Locked On Sports Atlanta into your search browser. When you get there, hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment. Free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. Leave us a 5-star review there. And, of course, follow me on my personal Twitter page. That would be at JMCH316. Well, the Braves got it done last night, a victory over the Colorado Rockies. And, of course, Kyle Wright was outstanding last night as he pitched another 7 innings of no-run baseball to move himself to now a league-leading 17 wins on the season. And we've brought this up before about their top 2 guys. And to me, one of the differences about this year versus last year when we start comparing teams is the fact that one of the reasons why I think the Braves are better this year is because I think Max Fried and Kyle Wright at the top of the rotation are better than what they had at the top last year. Fried has obviously had an outstanding year. He's 12-5 with a 2.56 ERA, 143 strikeouts and 158 innings. Kyle Wright is now 17-5 on the season with a 2.85 ERA, 150 strikeouts and 154 in 2/3. Both guys are up and over 3 walk. Actually, Wright's just about at 3.5 strikeouts to walks. Max Fried is over 5 strikeouts to walks. So these two guys are 29-10, both with ERAs below 3 this year. This is the Braves dynamic duo. Now, I was doing a little bit of research because this is what I honestly think. I think Sandy Alcantara for the Miami Marlins is going to win the Cy Young this year. Right? He's been outstanding. 12 wins. He's below 3 ERA, strikes out a good number of people. He's got more complete games than I think 3/4 of the league itself, right? He's got like 4 complete games this year. He's absurd how much they've had to lean and rely on him. And even though the Marlins are a disgraceful, low-life, pawn scum, dirtbag, flea bag organization, he's been outstanding from this year. So I think that he is going to win the Cy Young. Now, with that, though, it's certainly entirely possible, given the years that Max Fried and Kyle Wright have had, that they could both be top 3 guys, right? They could both finish in the top 3 in the National League. Who knows? Alcantara gets hurt or something. Wright continues to pitch and he's 20 games won and all. Who knows? But let's just theorize that Fried and Kyle Wright finish in the top 3 in the Cy Young. It has happened before for the Braves, but obviously it only happened in one era. So the last time the Braves have 2 of the top 3 Cy Young finalists was in 2000 when Tom Glavine finished 2nd and Greg Maddux finished 3rd. In 97, Maddux finished 2nd in the Cy Young. Denny Nagel, of all people, finished 3rd. And then in 95, Maddux won the Cy Young, Glavine was 3rd. And then in 93, Maddux won the Cy Young, Glavine was 3rd. So we've seen this before. But, we kind of joked about this is the next Braves dynamic duo. And, yes, I understand John Smoltz in that mix as well, when they had the big 3 Hall of Fame pitchers and all that kind of stuff. But you talk about rare commodities in Major League Baseball. To have 2 number 1 starters at the top of your rotation that you feel like you can just hand them the ball and those guys will go out there and give you a quality start every single time. That's what the Braves have right now with these 2 guys. Now, we'll talk more about this in just a second, but first, let me talk about my friends over at BetOnlinenet. Guess what kicks off tonight? College foosball is back full force. No week 0, no games in Dublin, Ireland, no Utah State and UConn's. We start getting SEC teams. We start getting big-time football starting this Thursday night. right? And by the way, college football is going to go Thursday, and it's not going to finish until Monday night when Tech and Clemson play in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So BetOnline.net is your best source for all of your sports wagering information, e-scores, betting information, everything that you need is right in the palm of your hand. NFL season is right around the corner. Major League Baseball divisional races are coming down the stretch here. So many different things that if you want to put some wagering on, you have that availability at betonline.net. So go on your mobile device today, put betonline.net on that mobile device. Check out all the sports wagering information, podcast news, sports news, scores, everything that you need to be a smarter bettor is available at betonline.net, where the game starts. Now, again, let me say, I'm not trying to compare what Fried and Kyle Wright have done in relationship to Maddox, Glavine, or Smoltz, or those guys are 3 first-ballot, no-brainer Hall of Famers. But you think about an organization that has built its reputation over the decades, right? I mean, since the start of the 1990s, their reputation has been built on the idea of having high-caliber, top-flight starting pitching. And right now, look, I know it's easy to say DeGrom and Scherzer, that's the best duo in Major League Baseball. I'll give you that because Scherzer's a first ballot Hall of Famer. DeGrom probably will work himself into a Hall of Famer, although the thing with DeGrom is you can't count on him, right? You can't count on him being healthy enough. When he pitches, he's outstanding, okay? But you don't know if from one month to the next is DeGrom going to be healthy? Is he going to be here? Can we have him pitch and this and the other? So I get all that. But Kyle Wright and Max Fried don't take a backseat to anybody else in Major League Baseball. Anybody else. I don't care what Verlander's running mate is. I don't care what Garrett Cole's running mate is. I don't care what any of these guys' other running mate is. You have 2 guys that are 29-10 at the top of your rotation. And by the way, go look at what the Braves have done in the starts that those guys make. That's just their record as far as what they've qualified to get a decision in at 29-10. Go look at what the Braves' record is when those 2 guys go on the mound. It's staggering how many times the Braves win with those 2 guys. So when we start talking about playoff baseball and what you need to have, last year they caught lightning in a bottle. The Solairs, the Eddie Rosarios, the Jock Petersons, right? They caught lightning in a bottle with all the different things that went on. And we're going to talk about Ronnie coming up in the next segment. But you're not going to win another World Series without Ronald Acuna just missing a whole bunch of time. But if you look at the things you need to be, and I'll use a perfect example. 2001 is the ultimate. By the way, that's another year where 2 guys finished in the top 3. 2001 is the ultimate. We can ride 2 starting pitchers to a World Series. Now, the Braves don't have to do that, right? They've got Charlie Morton. They've got Spencer Strider. They don't have to worry about only having 2 guys. But my point is, when you have 2 guys at the top of your rotation that are as good as what Fried and Kyle Wright are, you can go a long way in baseball. It's been proven before. The 01 Diamondbacks proved the 01 Diamondbacks won 11 playoff games. Schilling and Johnson had 9 wins and a save in those 11 wins. 9 wins and a save out of 11 victories that the Diamondbacks had. Now, again, not comparing those 2 guys to those 2 because, hey, Schilling. I get that. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is the Braves have 2 horses at the top of their rotation that have been outstanding this year, and I'm not going to be surprised if those 2 guys don't finish in the top 3 in the Cy Young. All right, when we come back, fingers crossed, saying a prayer. Let's hope everything holds up with the knee. It's all next. Chuckery here on Hittin' Hard on Locked On Sports Atlanta.